Hey guys, it's TTL back with another video for you, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Corsair K40. Obviously K stands for keyboard and the 40 is part of the 4 range. It actually technically goes along with the M45 mouse. Now, it may seem a little bit dark in the video, but that's because I just wanted to give you a quick look at the lights before we turn the lights on in the room, and it all gets really bright because there is a light right above the camera and where the mouse is. You can see lovely shadows. Anyway, so the keyboard is £55, and you can see that the main feature is it does have the macro keys down the side, and we do have the memory buttons and stuff at the top, lock buttons, and you can set all of this in the software, which we'll look at in a minute. Now, this is going to be the Marmite moment because it's not a mechanical keyboard. If I pull this off quickly, they are membrane. But one of the bonuses of it being membrane is it does mean you do get a full batch of colour options. 16.8 million, I think it was. They said basically you can change this to any hue or any colour that you like. Now they are membrane, which means that they sit in between kind of the scissor style laptop keys, which I actually use on my normal keyboard on a daily basis, and between the mechanicals. Now I have to admit, for me personally, I've really enjoyed both typing and when I've been doing the benching, gaming on this as well, because they're really nice and soft keys. You do get a nice little clunk at the bottom, they do just feel nice. I would go as far as to say I prefer the feel of these type of keys to mechanical reds. That's just me in person. You know, everyone's got their own kind of preferences and stuff like that, but I really like this. Also, the fact that they're membrane and we've got those multi-changeable colours for the keys does mean it keeps the price down, and that's why this is, you know, £55 rather than something like 125 quid, because if they were mechanicals and all colours, we'd be looking at a lot of money. You do still get you've got a mute button up here, volume up, volume down, and then you've got the multimedia keys here. You can change the brightness of the keys as well. I'm going to turn the lights off again. You can change the brightness. Right, so we got off, low, medium, and then it does go up to high. You can also change the colours in the software, which is what I'm going to show you quickly now. If you change it onto white, and it does change instantly as well when I click it. There's blue, red we were before, orange, green, there's a darker blue, a pinky colour, and then there's also a yellowy colour. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to show you the software quickly now, because you can change all the hues and everything yourself, and you can also assign keys and stuff as well. Right, so in the software, as you've seen before, we can change all of these colours, and these are the ones that I've just shown you. But you can also change your the hues on the side, so you can custom set all of your colours. You've also got light FX that you can enable, so you've got pulse and cycle and whatever you want them to be on idle. The max brightness means it deviates away from the true colour, and for argument's sake, white with max brightness looks a bit purplified. So that's something that you have to keep in mind. You can't assign different colours for different keys. It's pretty much one colour for the whole keyboard, but that's obviously because it's not got individual LEDs or individual lights for each key. That would obviously be a much more expensive process or, you know, product for them to buy. But for the assign keys, when you click on that, you can set your 6 macros, and you've got playback options. You can set specific commands, advanced commands, basic commands, so you can have it to write something if you want, or you can have a long string of keys that would get touched, like shortcut type things. If you needed to press a lot of keys to do a certain move in a game or launch a gun or something, you can do all of that. You can change the brightness, and you can set the memory. You've got 3 memory profiles, so essentially you could have 6 macro keys, but then you've got 3 that you could set up for games. So you could have 6 for one game, 6 for another game, so it's 18 possible macros that you could have on there in total. So that could be, for say, you could have, you know, one game was M1, another game was M2, and an M3 you could even have set up for your desktop or something like that, because I use quite a lot of text macros. You can set profiles as well. You can set your profiles up, and you can switch between those quite easily. But I think the most part for this is going to be the colour options that people are probably going to like the most. So back onto the keyboard in white mode. I forgot to say that the WASD and the arrow buttons here are silver rather than black. But for 55 quid, it is quite close to the cheapest mechanicals. You can pick up a mechanical for about 75 quid. This comes in at £55. But obviously with the mechanicals, you don't get the colour options, you don't get the macro buttons and the separate memory options and stuff like that as well. They are just very basic mechanical keys, and they normally just light up red as well. But obviously this, you do get customizing options. It also does fit in with all the other Corsair branding as well. We've obviously been using this with the M45 mouse, and all of the Corsair products do look very similar, which we do kind of like that family feel to it. And that's why we decided to give the K40 the OC3D Gamer's Choice Award. So congratulations for that, Corsair. But for now, this is Tiny Tom Logan with another video for you. Out.